So how's it going, ladies and gents, and welcome back to the channel. Right in front of you guys, we have the branded Shaddoll deck that I am happy to showcase to you guys today. Now I know the branded is very splashable to any type of fusion deck there is, and of course Shaddolls are no exception to that. So what we have here, I tested this deck out in Diamond. I tried to gain more ranks with the use of this deck. So far so good. The deck is works perfectly well, and I did some tweaks just to allow me to give it a more well-rounded approach towards some other matches. Now, first and foremost, in our main deck, we have 2 copies of Tragedy. Now, you can go towards 1 copy of Tragedy and 1 Comedy if you please, but 2 copies of Tragedy is enough for this deck. 3 copies of Maxis, 1 Shaddoll Hedgehog, 3 Ash Blossom, 1 Wendy, 1 copy of Skomara, 1 copy of Dragon, 1 copy of Ariel, 2 copies of Albaz, 3 copies of Jester of Despia. Now you need 3 copies of this. I sometimes planned, I would have planned to just make 2 copies, but this is just too good to have to be just 2 copies, so 3 it is. And then we have 1 Shaddoll Beast, then we have Ad Libitum of Despia, and lastly we have 1 copy of Nibiru the Primal Being. Now for your matching traps, we move towards Shaddoll Fusion, 3 copies, Branded Fusion, 3 copies, 1 copy of El Shaddoll Fusion, 2 copies of Call by the Grave, 2 copies of Forbidden Droplet, 2 copies of Branded Opening, and yes, just 2 copies of Branded Opening. Now other people might actually debate on this, and I will be criticized with regards to having 2 copies of Branded Opening. And there is a reason for having 2 copies of Branded Opening. It's just I don't want to exceed 40 cards. That's basically it. But if you are not really squeamish of the whole 41 number or above even numbers, then go ahead, 3 copies it is, make it 41 cards as you please. Then we have 1 copy of Branded in red, 2 copies of Evenly Matched, 2 copies of Infinite Impermanence, and 1 copy of Shaddoll Schism. Now that is your main deck right there, guys. For your extra deck, you have 2 copies of El Shaddoll Window. It's pretty good during your turn, or even during your opponent's turn when you summon this card to your side of the field, thus blocking your opponent from ever spell summoning another monster to his side of the field. Now we have 1 copy of El Shaddoll Ap Cologne, 2 copies of Construct, 1 copy of Titanic Land, 2 copies of Albion, 1 copy of Quartus, 1 copy of Masquerade, 2 copies of Mirror Jade, 2 Lobillion, and lastly your very own Guardian Chimera. Now this is basically the setup for this deck, and of course it gives it a little more well-rounded approach towards some other decks that is very spell summon friendly towards their gameplay. Now without further ado, let's move towards the replays, and of course more of the cases how people are scooping to this deck just because of Winda. So let's go. So here we are, guys, with the replays, and I'm just gonna showcase to you guys 1 replay, but this is a long replay, by the way, since this game is pretty good in Diamond. So there's not a lot of games that I won due to lethal, because people are just surrendering once I get the upper hand during the duel. So basically this is the only one that I managed to salvage, and I managed to save for the replay. So here we are, guys. We started off, we lost the coin toss, and we got Skomara, Beast, Shaddoll Fusion, Forbidden Droplet, and Shaddoll Schism as our starting hand, which is pretty neat. So our opponent is using Lureless Tri Brigade here. There we go. And birds are pretty good when it comes to spell summoning a lot of monsters to their side of the field. So Sapphire Swallow and 1 Cobalt is gonna exi summon into Recital Sterling, dashing one material for another Lureless monster. Turquoise is going to be spell summoned to the field, and with of course another Cobalt will move towards an exi summon for another Recital Sterling, of course, detaching and getting 1 copy of another Lureless monster. Now there are 2 exi monsters on the field. He moved towards Utopic Future, and you know what's up next. Draco Future will be on the field, and of course 1 face-up attack position monster that is 100 attack. So that's basically his end board right there. On our turn, we draw into Maxi, which is pretty good. Forbidden Droplet, sending our beast to the graveyard, negating the effects of his Draco Future. Use the effect of Shaddoll's Fusion for our Nibiru and Ariel to the graveyard to summon Construct. Construct will prompt its effect, chain blocking it with Wendy. and then spell summoning our dragon to the field face down. Construct will send our El Shaddoll Fusion, normal summon our Skumada, and send our Shaddoll Schism. Construct will destroy his Draco feature, and we attack with Skumada towards his Cobalt monster. So that's our end board right there, and we have Maxi still, because I know he's gonna spell summon a lot of monsters during his turn. I think he's gonna be activated, getting a copy of Fractal, normal summoning his Turquoise Warbler, and then we chain with Maxi. Special summoning his Cobalt monster. And then we, at this point on, we need to summon Winda here because he's gonna spell summon a lot of monsters. There we go. Winda is on the field. And at this point on, I had made a mistake. I forgot he hasn't normal summoned yet. So Fractal is going to be normal summon here. And then banishing 4 monsters for Shrag. Shrag then uses its effect for Construct Banishment, attacking my Winda and his Fractal to my Skumada. Luckily, I have a Shaddoll Fusion in the graveyard. I can get a hold of that because of Winda. Main phase 2, he continues straight summoning monsters. And then move towards level a 4 material some blue Robin, which is pretty this card is pretty neat actually. Every time I spell summon a monster, you can actually detach 1 material and then send that monster back to my hand. And this is not a once per turn, people. This is not a once per turn. But nevertheless, out of that special summon he did, I got a lot of good cards. So my turn now. I got a copy of Tragedy. Flipping my dragon, sending his Shureg back to his hand. Then use the effect of Shaddoll Fusion for my Ariel and my Handshog to the graveyard to spell summon El Shaddoll Apkalone. Apkalone will negate Fractal since Robin will be untargeted due to its material. Ariel will be chain link 2. And then some blue Robin will chain its effect for my Apkalone since it is special summon. And then chain with Schism, target or my Apkalone and 1 Nibiru from my graveyard for Construct. Now since Construct is special summon as well, he's gonna use this effect afterward. There we go. Well, I purposely did this special summoning thing just to remove his materials. So that's basically it. My monsters are not doing well, but luckily I have normal summon as well. So normal summon are Aliber, and then Branded Fusion for that matter. Branded Fusion will summon Lobelion. Lobelion will prompt its effect. Since Lobelion is a special summon monster, he will use Robin's effect, sending my Lobelion back to my hand or to my extra deck for that matter. Nevertheless, its effect is still on. And then I special summon Albion right here. And then Albion, since it is a special summon monster, is gonna use the effect of Robin. Now this is his last material. I know this, so I went ahead and special summon, of course, my Mirror Jade. Use the effect of Mirror Jade, banish his Fractal from the field, and attack on to his Robin with my Aliber. He's gonna get another card, but it's lethal. It's lethal already, so yeah. This is game ending. So that's basically it for the gameplay right there. So basically that's the game replays for you guys today, and yes, I'm sorry, there are a lot of games that I tried using this deck out. But people are just scooping once Winda is on the field, not allowing me to end the game on my account. So that is the game replay for you guys today, and that is how you use the Despia Shaddoll or the Branded Shaddoll for the Diamond. Now, if you have other questions, just comment down below, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Keep safe, good luck, and if you want to subscribe at your own risk. Sorry. So bye bye guys. Keep safe.